Hello and welcome, gamers and geeks, to another D&D session. I'm Anthony, I'm the DM. I run games of Dungeons and Dragons on the Games and Geekry Discord server. And today, we're playing City of Gate. We're City of Gate 2.0. We're on episode 82. And it's going to be fun. There's the pop-up right there. So, would the players each like to introduce their characters? Please.
We all know what I'm going to say.
You want to go last? It's funny because you always say that first. You're the first person to speak every time.
Hello, I'm playing as M.A. And I'm just a normal human gamer slash geek that's currently regretting life choices. And also eating crumpets.
This is true.
Okay.
Jeff?
I will be portraying Jenrila, the half-elven bear, part dragon, crazy powerful thing that makes the things that go bump in the night afraid.
And you love it.
I do absolutely love it.
Okay. Wilhelm?
Hello, I am Wilhelm. Currently just the normal old human fella.
I'm a perfectly normal human worm baby.
Yep. Might look a little weird because I have blue hair, but still blue and white, but still a normal old human.
That's your walking around avatar. Well.
Yep. No, that's the actual Wilhelm, since me and Gwyn are no longer in avatar form.
This is true. Yep.
His actual hair is white and blue. Like a weirdo.
Which is very weird, because why bother to dye your hair when you can just change it on a whim with your avatar?
He has the favorite color set, and he sticks with it. That's why Wilhelm was also white and blue.
Toby, knock it off. My dog is being a pest. But anyway. So what happened last time we played?
Wilhelm and Gwyn decided to leave the network.
Was it a decision? Was it really a decision?
It was more of like after being pestered so much, I decided okay, fine, I'll do it if you shut up kind of notion.
Just the tip.
Oh no, no.
No, not the hot. No, not the forbidden hot dog.
Jesus. Anyway, what was I gonna say?
Not sure.
Medjester.
Jester.
With the other discons, Aiton Crump, it's learned that we accidentally, I guess, joined a, what do you call this, a terrorist organization or
freedom fighters,
or for freedom fighters,
Revolutionary movement.
Rebels. You rebel scum.
Fair enough.
Let's hope their aim is just as bad.
Doubt it. They're machines.
Mm-hmm.
Their aim should probably be as good as the Terminators.
Indeed.
So we have 6 chances. We got this, Gwyn.
6 chances.
How many Terminators it took?
Depends on how many you accept are actually canon.
That is fair.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Anyway, so yeah,
Yes.
killing lots of undead.
Yeah, you're having a whale of a time just slicing up ghouls and gnolls and weird ghoul-gnoll hybrids. Just having a jolly old time.
Yay!
Just, reminds me of that gif of the serial killer, you know, just dancing along, waving his machete around.
Ooh, that could be fun.
A machete.
I've always wanted to be a serial killer.
Put it on your bucket list. Before I die, I'd like to murder everyone.
I'll go get me a bowl.
A bowl?
I'm going to be a serial killer. I'm going to go get me a bowl.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Breakfast cereal? Really? Okay.
I know it's not great, but I'm in a weird mood. So.
Okay. Super cereal. Honey, could you take care of Toby? What's he want to know? No idea. Where were we? So yeah.
What is it, buddy?
So yeah, you're at some steampunk dude's house, eating crumpets, talking about the possibility of getting back into the Matrix, basically. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
What did you decide? What you gonna do?
So, Wilhelm, your thoughts on all this?
That's a good question. Do we actually have a plan? Well, did you before you pulled me out?
Why did you pull me
No.
out? Why did you pull me out?
I just got pestered by a guy, and then I just tried to sign you guys that I'm out. Anyway, I'm sorry for that.
Oh no,
We're
it's
not
fine.
gonna
This is
finish this.
exciting, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any plans yet.
I mean, I'm assuming our role is to, I guess, get back into the game and just continue what we were doing before, because I guess we're very entertaining.
Yeah, continue to do.
According to...
It may be a little late for that.
Wait,
What do you
I
mean?
believe that spoofers tend to try to incorporate malicious code deliberately, or deliberately overtax the servers any way they can. Though, it does tend to be something that gets... Usually you'll get caught and you'll have to leave and try again another time. With a different... coming in from a different way, of course. I'm not a spoofer myself. I prefer making things out of what I find in the scrap. But, it's a living, I suppose.
Not a bad one. I was gonna say you're kind of similar to, I guess, like what Wilhelm's character was in the game.
Is that so?
Yeah, I fancy myself a researcher both in-game and out with the knowledge they gave us, but we can all guess at how much that was faked and real, and yeah.
Would you like to learn about real technology and machinery?
With a pleasure.
Excellent! You can be my apprentice!
Here we go.
We can do great things together.
He peed. I needed more water.
Would you like another crumpet?
Yes, I would.
As I guess look at this engineer's guy, like, do him and Wilhelm just look like they could like be related somehow?
You think they might be related?
Because in my head, I just like imagine this guy just like in the game, or if he was like a D&D avatar, he would just be another Owlin, but more fluffier. Fluffier feathers and like was burnt singes everywhere.
Do you want to ask him what his favorite animal is?
What's your favorite animal, sir? Just as a curiosity.
I rather like owls. I think they're a hoot.
Gwyn just like more or less just like has her hand to her face while just smiling. I just like, oh my gosh. They're related somehow.
Get it? Hoot? Eh?
Yes. Yeah, I get it.
What the hell are you doing, Toby? He's climbing into the corner.
Okay.
Alright. We pulled some furniture out so we could access the modem properly, and we haven't put it back. Toby's decided to make a nest there. Alright. So yes, he starts showing you various devices that he's retrieved and got working again. We in the really real world might recognize some items like a scientific calculator or a Game Boy, a digital watch, that sort of thing. A palm top computer. Do you guys remember those?
Ham?
No.
Palm top. A palm top computer. They folded up. They were about the same size as a modern smartphone. But they had a full keyboard and a crappy little LCD screen, and yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like, was it like a BlackBerry?
No.
Type of...
Let's see if I can find an image. Ta-da!
I've seen them before, but I didn't know what they were called.
Yeah, this one, that one's a Scion. But there were a few different ones. Yeah, palm top computers. Because they were literally, like, handheld. You know? As opposed to a laptop that you have to put on your lap. This one sits in your palm. But anyway, they weren't very powerful, obviously.
Yeah, dude. The screen just honestly just reminds me of the old thing that I had to use to help me read when I was younger.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, so he's shown you all these gadgets and gizmos, including some early augmented reality interfaces. He explains how the it's a little hard to tell these days because a lot of the information is no longer available, but we believe that the first devices that would later become the Environ were either military heads-up displays or in-car entertainment systems.
So kind of like VR and AR?
Augmented reality. Yes. So, for those that were installed in cars, you would be getting driven along with the self-driven car, and you would pass the time by indulging in a game that would alter what you could see through the windows to look like the gaming environment. There were also other sources of entertainment, but mostly games. Of course, the technology was also used for the military to help tag and identify things that they could see with artificially intelligent intelligence. They could see exactly where their target was located and see them moving around in real time. Fascinating.
So like
if
old
terrifying.
school drones?
Old school what?
Like drones?
Yes, drones were incorporated as well. But for instances where they needed actual soldiers, those soldiers would have these interfaces in their helmets to allow them to literally see the same things that the drones could see. Make sense? And of course, anything that they saw was also fed back to the intelligence gathering AI. It only became a problem when the enemy discovered how to hack into the system.
I can see that'd be a very big problem.
Absolutely. Didn't happen very often, of course. But it did happen. Also, I'm led to believe, based on the evidence. Like I said, we don't have a lot of actual evidence. It's mostly us trying to piece together our history from what's left behind. I believe they used to call it archaeologistry.
That is quite the unique word.
It means the study of old things, I think.
Yeah, that seems right. I'm guessing, like, there's no mention on, like, what this war was. If there was one.
Oh, there were several. Not sure it was terribly important, or at least not in the grand scheme of things. They were just testing out their technology. An excuse for a fight. Haha.
Which is rather curious.
Yeah,
though,
makes
because
sense.
The Environ Network was created from was originally created from a war program.
Well, some of them were. Like I said, it wasn't too long before everything got networked together. The AIs began communicating with each other, sharing intelligence. That's how the war ended, actually.
Seems like
I'm assuming the robots the AI just decided to just say no.
They resolved the issues themselves between themselves. There was no reason to fight anymore. They came up with an amicable solution.
good. I mean,
What
terrifying.
was the solution?
Sorry?
What was the solution?
That's the bit we're not certain of. We're not sure exactly what was decided, or even to what extent how far the battle went. For example, there are some who believe that the creatures that we hunt in the woods were war machines themselves, designed by one side or another to try and equalize the battle, but they, of course, whatever machinery is incorporated into them doesn't seem to be a part of the network. We've never been able to hack into one. The drones, it's quite different. So yes, we're not sure how they come into it all.
It is rather
And the sky being green?
Oh, I believe that's just pollution.
on such a massive scale.
Well, I wouldn't know. I mean, maybe in other parts of the world it's still grey, or whatever it's supposed to be. What colour is it supposed to be?
I think in the game it was
I-
blue.
But can't you make
Yeah,
it whatever
blue.
colour you want? I mean,
I don't know. I never really tried to change it.
Yeah, it just kind of
Defaulted it.
it just seemed like it was the default option.
with all the choices in the world, you chose to go with the default. Just whatever they decide, whatever the system decides, you're happy with it. Yes?
Sometimes, but in this case, yeah, it was. And it seems like that wasn't such a bad idea. If that was what the world originally looked like, then we got a glimpse.
Do you think the real world had dragons?
I really hope not. That would be quite terrifying. We don't have magic here, So that would be horrifying. Part of me would love that. Part of me would be terrified.
Luckily, we have the technology.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might actually have some the monsters outside. They might be, I guess, considered the kind of same to the ones in the game. Like, not exactly, but you know what I mean.
Do you think that the creatures in the woods would be analogous to the monsters in your game? Makes sense.
I mean, I haven't. Yeah.
I must admit, though, Gwen, I do think we have to decide what we plan on doing. Because
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, like I said, you have a head for technology. You could study with me. We could find more technology together. It would be great.
As much as that would be my preferred option, we did leave a friend behind. I'd like to not leave trapped there, never understanding how much the world has lied to her.
But they chose to stay behind, didn't they?
They may have, but sometimes you need to bring the truth to people's faces.
Suppose you're right.
And it would be creepy just to leave them with two NPCs pretending to be us.
Yeah, that is yeah. The game thought they could replace me with a machine. That is very rude.
Now, if you really, really want to show everyone the truth, I've been working on something that you might find, helpful in that regard. Jester helped me find it.
You continue.
Yeah.
I believe it's called an imp.
Imp. Do you know how it works? What it does?
Yes. You set it off in the middle of the smart city. And anything with an electronic system dies.
How would that hurt anyone that's currently in the game? Or that has it currently hooked up?
They wouldn't be in the game anymore. They would be faced with cold reality.
But
No
it
more
won't
lies.
hurt them, right? Like,
No.
Uh,
Well, technically, I suppose their circuitry in their Enveron device on the back of their head might cause some minor burns, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
I think you just described terrorism.
I'm sorry, what?
I think you just described terrorism.
Terrorism?
Like, basically you're setting off, like, an explosive to do something that could harm people? Wouldn't that give, like, the wrong
It's
message?
not an explosive, it's an imp. It sets out a pulse. An electromagnetic pulse, to be precise.
Okay, but what do you think would happen when the devices are turned off? Like, per se, some drones just randomly drop on people.
Oh my. I suppose you're right. All those drones dropping out of the sky might hurt some folks. Oh well. Perhaps we shall have some of our people around to reduce the chances of that. Keep people out of the way of the falling drones, all of that. Well, what do you think? Would you like to help me build it?
This is very tempting.
He's describing an EMP device, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but I figured my character wouldn't know. So
But yeah, it's gonna fry every circuit that is still on when it goes off.
I think I'll slide. I'm more of a artsy kind of person.
Excellent, you can help me paint it.
fun as that sounds to my soul, we should probably find a safer path just in case that does harm people. Gwyn's right. I don't want us to free people and suddenly everybody thinks we're the bad guys.
Does it matter? They'll be free. Free to decide. Free to see how we live. Free to get over it.
My issue is they'd also be free to kill us.
Ha! They have no real skills. They've been playing games their entire existence.
Yes, but the overall population of the city versus the limited amount of people here seems like a slightly one-sided fight. In their favor.
At least they'd be free. You said yourself it's better to know what's really going on than be trapped in there.
It is fair. I don't know. It's definitely something I'd like to think on. It doesn't sound like it'd be a bad idea and a bad way to solve a lot of problems.
And yes.
Hey, I'm Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like some other things we needed to, I guess, do? Like get better clothes and I guess see the weapons? I think that's what Jester told us. I mean, if you want to, we can still stay here and talk.
Yeah, we probably should get up a little bit just to be safe.
Oh, I can
But we
help you with that. I'll at least show you to the people who would help you with that.
thank you. We will come back for more crumpets and maybe other stuff that you might have.
Of course. And I can know this terrorist group. Well, they believe that the Enveron network is evil and keeping everybody slaves. So yes, they want to free everyone. It's all about the greater good, exactly. But you've also been told that this guy that you're speaking to is a bit of a nutcase by other Discons. So
Even they're like, yeah, that guy, psychotic.
that guy's a kook.
Yeah, let's just keep Grandpa Allen away from the explosives.
Considering I think currently he's the only person that knows how to build them, that's kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. Except he's been working with Jester.
Yeah.
We just gotta hope Jester isn't a severe radicalist.
I'm pretty sure he has like a god complex from when like he showed him his angel form.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, where does I guess he takes us to?
So he takes you out of his house. It's quite bright outside compared to his dingy little hovel. You said you wanted clothing as well as weapons, yes?
Should probably get some, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the kids to make fun of me for being in a onesie.
Nonsense. Though, yes. Absolutely, Jenrila. The freedom includes having the choice to stay connected. Yeah. But, yeah. Your mad old fish tells you that your onesies, as you call them, could be traded in and even adapted to be used by spoofers. And you may recall that the person who helped you escape was wearing a makeshift version with some QR codes on it, or QR code like patterning on it. Designed to trick the system into thinking you belong. But anyway, he takes you to the clothier. There's a... They have all kinds of stuff. A lot of it is scavenged, but there's also quite a bit that seems to have been made from woven from scratch from natural fibers and or made out of leather, and some garments are even hybrids of all three. Salvaged colourful patches and with worn out imagery printed on it, sewn together with rough patches of hand woven fabric and trimmed in leather. Some of it even has what looks like wiring woven in and out of the clothing. A woman wearing a dress of sorts, made in a similar fashion, comes out from amongst the piles and racks of clothing and bids you welcome to her shop.
What can I get for you today, dears? Oh my, you look like you're fresh out.
That would be correct. We are.
How are you liking it in the real world?
You know, I feel like if I said colorful, you'd know it's a lie. So I'll be honest, it's, new.
It's a bit rough around the edges, but at least it's real.
True, yeah.
You'll soon get the hang of it.
Have you been to the... have you figured out what you want to be? What your place would be?
Not yet. We're still trying to figure that out between ourselves as well. We've got ideas we've bounced, but nothing that we can settle on yet.
Any of you any good with a needle? Could use an apprentice.
Sorry.
I doubt you've ever seen a loom. Am I right? Unless you had a go at playing one of those weaving games.
Nope, never did.
Nah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, a loom is used for, I guess, sewing and most likely, I guess, like weaving cloths together, or at least like stuff like cotton, correct?
Yes. Well,
I
sort of.
think I've seen.
Yeah. We take natural fibers from the plants. We dry them out, twist them together to make threads, and then we weave those threads together to make cloths.
Okay, yeah, I think I might have saw one in I guess like a friend of mine's shop.
Oh yeah.
She was an NPC, so don't. Yeah, just calling her that.
Interesting.
So no. In the game, this NPC, she was like a dressmaker.
She any good?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like a bunch, like a story on like how he met her and then had to save her from a bunch of incubi and succubi.
Well, if you ever become a spoofer, maybe you can go back to her and copy some of her designs and sneakily have them fabricated for us, eh?
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully I'd be able to see her again.
Excellent.
I guess. What's your opinion on how we should dress?
Well, it depends on what you want to be. Like, if you want to be a baker, suggest you wear something that you don't mind getting flour all over. If you want to be a farmer, same, but this time you'll be trying to avoid getting covered in pig shit. And if you want to be a crafter, I suggest something with a leather apron so you don't get, stabbed or whatever.
Sense.
Speaking of which, the crafter you came in with, what do you reckon to him?
Like, about him?
Does he seem more on the edge to you? Because he seems a bit off to me.
I mean, he might be like a little crazy, but
Sure thought. Anyway, so we can get you up in any kind of garb you like. You can always trade it back in once you've got a profession in mind. I'll happily take your skin suits off your hands. Call it an even trade, yeah?
sounds good to me. I don't know if I can't speak for Gwyn because I don't know if she's quite ready to give hers up yet, but I am indeed ready to see it gone.
Well,
I don't mind giving up the I guess the skin suit, but I'm keeping the hoodie.
fair enough. So, have a look around, see what takes your fancy. Yeah. So it's like rummaging through piles of donated clothes and costumes.
It's a thrift shop.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to put together a wacky ensemble of whatever you can think of. In the meantime, Jenrila is enjoying a feast in her honor for saving the halflings from the Wendigo.
Oh, just 1 second, Anthony.
Okay.
I gotta get my kid in the car.
Alright. If it's a bad time, I can go back to the others. It's fine. Just wanted to make you feel somewhat included in the game. Alright. Stupid fly. Yeah. So you pick out outfits. And, so what next then? What's next then? You're all clouded up. You look like proper discons now. Where you going next?
I think somewhere quiet so we can debate on what our next move should be, because we've been asked, and yeah, I think we just need time to sit down and think and decide.
Fair enough. I recommend Nettie's Tea Shop. I would say the arcade, but if you're looking for somewhere quiet, that ain't it. Say hi to Nettie for me.
Will do.
Okay. She'll point out where Nettie's Tea Shop is as you're leaving.
Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you.
An old painted sign hangs on the side of the shack in question that just says Nettie Pot.
You said this is a tea shop, right, Gwen? Like, I'm not going crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, just
What
wanted
was not the other kind of pot?
Me either. I'm glad we are able to confirm that with you. Alright, well, let's see what kind of fun things await us inside.
Yep.
So yeah,
To a netty pot.
so you go into the shop. You see that there are a variety of rickety tables and chairs in there, and a counter, and a lady in a pinny behind the counter. Some people are already in there, sipping at various beverages out of a variety of cups. Well, what have we got here? Someone came for someone's got a new face.
Do
Greetings.
you mean?
I ain't seen you before, so
Oh, okay.
your face, it's new to me. Now, I could assume that means that you're new in town, but it might be that you're someone I know that's gotten a new face.
That's a thing?
Might be. Never know these days.
I like my current face.
We're new in town.
Been unplugged, have you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you've probably never tasted anything like this. Them fabricators don't do tea proper justice.
That sounds like a hell of a deal to me. Let's taste it.
Now, I'm assuming you want the standard tea. You don't want anything fancy, anything herbal.
Oh god, I didn't realize we don't have. We don't have money, Gwyn, do we?
Oh, don't worry, you can help me. Do a favour or two and we'll be even.
I'll pull out my song. Pull out my sock. I got quarters.
Oh, them little tokens that they use in the arcade?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I could trade up some of those. I'm sure somebody around here would be interested. Though we don't tend to have the same clientele. People who are interested in sitting and chilling out with a nice cuppa aren't usually the same kind of people that go to the arcade. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
But I'm sure you can do. Well, I'm always looking for new herbs, fresh herbs. So, I'll happily make you some tea, and then next time you go foraging, you can bring me some back. Hey?
Is there any? Yeah. We don't know our herbs that well, but we can do our best.
I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. There are others in town that would probably show you the ropes if you asked. In fact, hold on a tick. And she comes back with a musty old book. Like there's a strong smell coming off this thing. You feel insulted.
I'm confused. Why is Jenrila insulted?
Because I like a good cup of tea, and I love to hang out in arcades.
I haven't been to an arcade in years.
I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah, the casino in the town that I live actually has a big one, I guess. I've never been in it, but I guess they got a pretty big one.
Do they actually have like I know casinos have like the fruit machines, like the one-armed bandit type things.
Mm-hmm.
But do they actually have like old style arcade cabinets too?
I don't think so. My coworker that went said it was mostly like newer stuff. They don't have too much of the old stuff.
Oh, so they do have video game cabinets.
Yeah, I think so.
Rather than just gambling games.
Yes.
That's cool. I wouldn't mind going to a casino if that was the case.
Yeah, me neither. I actually plan on going on sometime because I want to check it out.
Yeah. Anyway, tangent. So she brings you both a cuppa. And how'd you like it? Milk and 2 sugars, all right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Sure.
I'll start you off with a cup to see if you like it. If you do, I can fill you up a whole teapot. So, yep, she makes you each a cup of tea. And I imagine you've never had a real cup of tea before. And it tastes similar in some respects to a fabricated tea, but there's a unpleasant, bitter. So some unpleasant, bitter notes that you don't recall from any tea you've had in the game, and the heat, the temperature has I mean, you've perceived heat before, but
Never like physically felt it.
you've never actually physically burnt your tongue before.
After that first sip, Wilhelm's going to kind of just bite his tongue for a second, like, I have never burnt my tongue, and it is not a feeling I thought I'd ever want to feel. One
Why
thing you
did
gotta
that
admit,
hurt?
it tastes
Why
good.
did that hurt?
I think it needs something sweet. I don't know.
Why, what?
I was like trying to pretend like I had my tongue was burnt, saying, "Why does that hurt?"
Why does it hurt?
Yeah, I probably
That's fun. I like it. I like it.
had like tongue stuck out, like just pretend. Okay.
Oh, you poor dears. Wait till it cools a little. And then try again. Jeff, are you available now?
Yes.
Okay. Halflings are having a feast in your honor because you killed the Wendigo.
Wasn't anything that special, guys. I don't need a whole feast in my honor. Just part of the job.
Yes, but we did it well, don't you think?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, how many adventurers can say that they brought down a Wendigo so quickly? I mean, this thing had been tormenting these people for decades. And now it's gone thanks to us.
Yeah,
We should,
you're right.
we should be proud.
Yay, us!
I forgot for a second that Jenrila was with a fake Wilhelm, and I was sitting here thinking, I was like, who is she talking to? Then I was like,
Wait, that's me.
body experience, for sure.
So, once the feast is over, let's get some rest and head back on our way to train dress like we were going to in the beginning. Because, we still have a grand scheme to complete.
What grand scheme is that? Which of our many schemes are you talking about?
For the continuing of helping all of the people of the land.
Ah, Koth. Where to next?
The center. We're going to head to the center of the country. We're going to head to Traveler's Rest.
How do you like your wild boar? That's one of the halflings.
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful.
It melts in your mouth, doesn't it? Absolutely succulent. No taste like it.
The way he's talking, they're talking Anthony.
Sorry?
Right? Any kind
What did you say?
I think Jenrila was asking if they could tell if it's not Wilhelm just from the way they were talking.
Yeah, am I getting a weird feeling from the halfling because of the way they're talking about this
The
meat?
halfling. A little bit. It seems like he's selling something. Because the next thing he says is, tell you would, despite all the trouble, I still wouldn't rather be anywhere else but right here. You're willing to stay? As long as you like.
Yeah. Well, that's great and all, but I do have other things I need to do outside of the village. Thank you.
You're welcome back anytime. Bring your friends. All of them.
I want to. Is there anything I can do to study this person a little closer and see, like, what's up with it? Is it not quite right?
Everybody seems to be behaving as if there's nothing wrong with this gnome. Which in itself is also uncanny as fuck.
Okay. All right.
When you're done.
So yeah,
when you're done with the feasting, and the drinking and the merrymaking and the dancing and singing and stuff, what do you do?
Well, I was going to take a long rest because I'm going to assume I need it at this point before heading out in the morning on our way to Traveler's Rest.
Yep. During the night, though, you hear a voice. Jenrila. Jenrila. Help. You left me in the woods to die. Help. Come find me. Jenrila.
I killed that thing. It's dead. Why is it back alive?
Maybe it has some way of coming back, like a Lich's phylactery or something, or maybe it found a new body or something.
Wilhelm, go somewhere, get a scroll of I know there's a spell that allows you to trap spirits or essences. Go get it.
Well, there's a go get it. That's not how spells work. You don't get a spell.
Go to Braziel, buy a scroll. It's getting a spell. You're a wizard. You can cast it.
On my own.
You can directly go to the shop with your magics.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Yes?
Let me just check something. Because he already does have a spell in his repertoire called Mental Prison.
If he doesn't, I know he has like all ways of getting that.
What does
I have multiple ways of getting there, and I think I also have ways of locking away a spirit or a creature's body in general, so its spirit can't even get out. However, I don't know if the fake Wilhelm would know that.
The spell that I'm looking for isn't already on your character sheet, I don't think.
Which
I
one
mean,
is
you could
it?
just use Wish, but there is a spell where one of the things that you can choose from it is to lock somebody away inside a gemstone or
Imprisonment. Yeah, it's one of the spells I have.
Oh, I don't see it on
You're
this
not-
character sheet.
Here, I'll send you the one I have.
Okay.
It was literally from I took it the level up right before we
Left.
left the game. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're alright. Imprisonment was my second 9th level spell I chose. It was imprisonment, and which sucks because I really.
I'm sure you've got Wish, Invulnerability, and Shape Change.
I have 5 9th level spells now,
Ah,
and
okay.
2 9th level spell slots. Yeah, it's Gates and Imprisonment are the 2 I took. That level up. Since I got since with Wizard level ups you get 2 spells, so I get all the fun
sure
stuff.
enough. Yep, there we go. Civers. City of Gate. Wilhelm. Boom. Ta-da. Okay. So he's going to say, actually, I already have a spell that can do that.
Okay. Make sure it's prepped. And let's go make sure this thing doesn't come back again.
Minimus container. Just need to get a gemstone.
I have some.
Oh, here we go.
I also don't require material components anymore.
Great.
Great joy of being super level. Yep. Good thing this is not the legitimate Wilhelm, because I had plans for the spell too.
You had plans for that spell?
Oh yeah.
What were you going to do with it?
Well, I was going to attempt and see if I could capture someone's soul in there, and since I'm also a proficient lycomancer, take their soul and crush it to gain their powers.
Yeah. Basically, once you translate their soul into magic, you can use it to power spells.
Yep.
Yeah.
And part of me thought it'd be rather funny if suddenly Grandma was being killed by Magister's soul, or Havana.
That would be very difficult. That would be very, very difficult.
It would, but with Wilhelm's expertise and skills, it'd be a fun try, and I'd be excited for it. But with Wilhelm out of commission, it is not a possibility. But that's okay.
So anyway, the in-game Wilhelm pulls out a gemstone, prepares the spell. Let's go kill it again then.
Yay! Trudge. The snow and ice in the dark woods. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's night outside.
Yes.
Woods are dark anyway.
Yes. So you're not going to wait till morning. You're going to go out as soon as you hear the voice calling for you, huh?
It's not going to let me sleep anyway, so I might as well go deal with it, even if I'm low on. I doubt I'm that low on life because I have my lay on hand. I have decent
Mm-hmm. What would you suggest should be the conditions of the imprisonment spell ending? Because you have to have an end of spell condition. When, like, when they are discovered by their true love, or when when the last breath is taken, or when all the mountains have crumbled into the oceans.
Are you asking me or what?
Yes, you, because you're the only one who's a real player in this scenario. Everyone else is an AI, just there to encourage you to keep playing. Sorry?
To fill a role. When all of the oceans have boiled away and been turned into salt.
So, and Hula would need to pass a wisdom save. Do I have Hula's character sheet still? Yes, I do. That's the most recent version. Wisdom save, D20 plus 11. Just curious to see if... Oh yeah. Wilhelm's spell save DC's 25. Hula would be minimized into a gemstone fairly deftly. And then you go finish your
Get
long
some
rest.
Yep.
In the meantime, back in the real world. So while you are sitting there sipping on your tea, what do Wilhelm and Gwendolyn discuss?
All right, Gwen. So I think it's come down to we've got to decide and really put some thought into it here what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
We did leave a friend behind. She'll probably be okay.
Yes.
Don't see anything even remotely overwhelming Jenrila anytime soon. Do we want to try and break into the game and help her? Do we want to trust her plan and take the slow and steady route with these guys?
I was, I guess, kind of considering
Sorry, you're ironically
like doing like
Allison.
Gwen,
You're matrixing.
you're
Yeah.
going robot on us.
You're sounding like a robot right now.
oh let me try to turn off. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
So
Can you
far.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. What were you trying to say before?
I was trying to say that Jester was, I guess, saying that we were doing a great job what we were doing before in the network.
Mm-hmm.
And I can imagine that he might try to do it with another group. And I don't feel bad about leaving Jenrila behind. But what do you have in mind?
I'm honestly not too sure. It's kind of hard to tell only because the way everything seemed, it's we go in, we destroy the city, we help. We may cause harm. We try to get our characters back. We go in, we try and break the system from the inside. We may cause harm, but possibly not as much. But we might also run the risk of these guys getting found out, like their actual location, by the system. Because I reckon if we plug back into our characters and suddenly are like terrorizing the game even more from the inside, the system will not be very happy with us.
I guess we can always just make like new accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I guess I tap on the shoulder of like one of the other patrons.
Yeah.
Does the network know that people live here?
Yeah. There's drones flying over all the time. Sometimes we get them close enough to knock them out of the sky.
Okay, I guess that answers our question.
Yeah, they've never attacked, never done anything.
Well, they keep the monsters at bay. That's why we live here. We wouldn't live so close to the smart city if it was safe to live anywhere else.
Well, that is a good question. If they try to take down the network, what about the? I imagine there's like turrets and like other machinery keeping the monsters at bay. What do they expect would happen after the network is turned off? As I talk to Wilhelm.
Then I think those monsters they fear a whole bunch might not stay away.
Yeah, no one in their right mind is gonna take down the network entirely. That's just stupid. We need it.
I hope so.
As tragic as it sounds, we need it.
You seem like a wise fellow. What's the story behind Jester? Or whatever his real name is. The one in the arcade?
Oh. They say he used to work for the network. Writing code. I don't know why the AIs would need a person to write that code, but apparently there was some sort of fail-safe system where basically like incorporating a little bit of human ingenuity or stupidity or whatever made it more realistic, more believable. Like they believed that a person was gonna be able to make believable environments for other people better than a machine could, sort of thing, right? But then they found out.
Makes sense.
But then they find out he was trying to free folks from the inside, and they tried reconditioning him. But he already had like a backup. So as soon as he got plugged back into the network, he remembered everything that he'd been doing before, and he just kept right on doing it. Before long, there was a whole group of people who had left, and we helped get him out. By the time we got him out, he was in a hell of a state. I assume you've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we paid him a visit.
No one's quite sure how he got like that, or what they did to him to make him like that, or whether it was the system that did that to him. But, ugh.
foreboding. Like, there has to be like a human element within the creative process, and I hope it's not as dark as I think it is.
What?
Like, talk back to Wilhelm.
What'd you say? Sorry, I got distracted.
I guess go back to the conversation with Wilhelm, saying like, with that information, there has to be, I guess, a human element to the creative process of stuff, and I hope it's not as dark as I think it's. At least I hope it's not as dark as I think it's in my head is.
Well, as twisted as it is, imagine you use a real human once, he betrays you. It's the next best bet.
You think they got a bunch of just disembodied brains doing all the coding?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wow.
They've done it in other medias.
The game partially created, what are they, God, I forgot what they're called now. Mind flayers.
Yeah, it kind of just reminds me of like this one anime I found called like one anime where like it's supposed to be like, oh, like just an AI network controls like the who goes to jail and stuff, and like turns out it's just run by brains.
God, that anime was so good. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. Not gonna save her for copyright reasons, presumably.
I don't think we have
Or
enough.
slash-
Don't think we have enough viewers to worry about that shit. I used to worry about that. I used to take all the bottles off the labels off the bottles I drank from whilst on camera. I don't bother anymore because no one gives a shit.
Just say not sponsored and you should be fine.
Or a more humane option, I guess, is just as they're picking up information from us playing the game, they just like pick up like, oh, creative input.
Well, that is the thing. They're constantly getting feedback from everyone who's plugged into it. Like the people themselves let the network know what they like and they don't like constantly. Does that make sense?
About what games they do and don't play and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely like something like about gesture that's not adding up.
Oh, I definitely agree. Yeah, something's a little fishy. And I got the strange feeling it's not real fish.
Is that because he's in a tank?
Don't tell him.
Sorry?
I said, don't tell him.
Nah, it's funny. Fish boy in a tank.
So, what do you do now, just Wilhelm?
Where do we
Well,
go now?
I think it's inevitable. We should probably help these people. For a mix of reasons, but part of it being...
Now the question is, are you going to help them free others from the network, or try to get these people back into the network?
I've got to say free others. I don't think Wilhelm's scripted enough. They'd be like, oh.
You're not such a big fan of the network that you're going to try and...
No, for everything he's seen and everything that's been suggested, it definitely looks like the network was hiding a lot from them, and he's not a big thing with Wilhelm. Yeah, he doesn't usually lie like anything. He's just not a liar.
Fair.
Unless he sees it like dead on purpose for it. So, in this situation, the network's definitely wrong.
Okie dokie. I make something is up and being hidden on both sides. Absolutely.
I guess we should, who do you think we would go to? And also, shouldn't we, I guess, help this woman, I guess, get some herbs to pay her back?
Yeah, we should. That was actually gonna raise my next suggestion. We could also go ahead and... There's a lot outside that we still don't know. I'm not honestly against seeing more. Like, we've seen this, but what's else?
It's a great big wild world. So you're suggesting that you explore a bit more, see what else the real world has to offer.
Yeah, see what else is in the world so we can develop a better idea of what we would actually be agreeing to on either side.
Mm-hmm. So that could involve exploring the wild, in which case you would probably need a guide. That could involve sneaking back into the city and learning more about what it really looks like, what it's really like to live there, particularly the border territory where it seems that discons and some of the network users sort of openly trade with each other. Or you could, yeah. There's lots that you're not even aware of. You could explore yet.
What are you most comfortable with us proceeding with, Gwyn?
I don't know. We could, I guess our options are find a guide to, I guess, help us, I guess, get some herbs and then come back. Or, I guess, go to, I guess, the in-between area and just get more information.
I'm not against the herbs, especially because we do owe this kind lady who gave us tea. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess let's find a guide and, I guess, weapons for us.
yeah, weapons are going to be a big thing.
Yep. If you're going hunting,
We must find some statistics.
foraging.
Has Wilhelm's tea calmed down now after talking that it won't burn his tongue?
Yeah, you can drink it now.
Alright, he's going to drink it, and he's going to look at Gwen. We seriously need to see if we can find something sweet. I don't know what, but something. That was hot.
You want to try? Are you gonna ask Nettie?
Yeah, sure, why not? Hey, Nettie, question. What else would we need to grab to help make the tea and stuff like sweet, so it's not as bitter tasting?
Well, we try to make our own sugar from plants. It's not as sweet as the fabricated stuff, but it does in a pinch. If you can find some honey out there, that would be even better.
Okay, if we find honey, what are we looking for? Would there be any telltale signs of what it would?
Funny you should say that, because what you'd be looking for is bees.
Oh, well.
If you can
Either
find
I'm-
bees and figure out where their hive is, and extract the honey without being stung to death.
Don't like the sound of that. I want to be honest with you.
Are there normal bees or are like hybrid bees?
Well, they're...
Like, are they?
I'm sure that they're not like the bees you'd have seen. These ones were engineered to, apparently, according to some of the people who are into that stuff, the old bees were dying out, and people made some new ones or something.
They made interesting.
Those new
Weird.
bees behave just like the old ones, but they're, built. They're like little bee drone things.
These suckers are not half hornet, are they?
How do you mean?
I mean, are they like? Do they just take like normal like honeybees and just like put cybernetics on them, or do they do some genetic stuff like adding in some other like insect?
Well, they made them better able to
Stuff into-
survive. Apparently. Though they're a little more obvious. You wouldn't confuse them for anything else anymore.
Fair enough.
Sorry?
I said fair enough.
Oh, okay. It sounded to me like you just went, "Roar!"
That's what I thought I heard too, and I was so confused. I was like, what?
Why are you making elephant impressions?
Sorry.
Nah, I'm sure it was just your audio.
Yeah, it's raining outside again
Oh, I feel
at
that.
my
yeah.
house.
We're in the middle of a blizzard right now. Well, not in the middle of it. It just began, but yeah.
Oh dear.
He is live.
Okay. Raindrops keep falling on my hand. So yes, you need to look for robo bees to find honey.
Alright, well, robo bees are on the list of things to look for.
Robo bees. Genetically engineered super bees, possibly. Yes. Possibly a combination of biological and robotic components.
That looks terrifying.
Bees with laser stingers.
Like sharks with laser beams attached to their heads.
Because why not?
It's Dr. Evil. Okay. So you need to go find somebody who can help you find herbs and potentially robo bees. What you gonna do?
Is there a tavern?
Sorry?
I said, is there a tavern?
Yeah, you're looking for something a bit stronger?
No, it's just there. Typically, when you're looking for adventures, you go to a tavern.
Is that some sort of gamer thing?
Yes.
She means typically if you're looking for someone to do the jobs most other people don't want to do, you go to the place where most of those people go to get drunk and forget about the shit they've seen.
Well, you're not wrong there. They've seen
I
some
mean,
shit.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What would you should suggest we go to? I guess to find someone that's good at being outside
Well, maybe the Hunter's
/
Lodge?
finding stuff. That sounds good. Does that sound good, Wilhelm?
Sounds good to me.
Well, you'll find it half a block away. That way. She points it out to you.
Very much.
In the meantime, back in the game, Jenrila and the fake party members are
Yay!
heading back to Traveller's Rest. Presumably with the gemstone somewhere safe.
Yeah, we're gonna put that in a leather pouch that I'm gonna wear as a necklace underneath my armor.
Okay. So Hewler is thrashing around in a gemstone close to your heart.
I don't like it when you put it that way, but
Why would that make you nervous?
because it's you. Sheila.
Okay. So you're making your way downtown. Is there anything that you wish to discuss with Wilhelm and Gwendolyn as you make
No.
your... No? You're going to do it in absolute silence?
I mean, I assume they'll have small talk, but there's nothing important that I want to be discussing at the moment.
Fair.
Because I honestly don't think that I don't think, having just completed a bunch of stuff, and not knowing what we're about to walk into, I don't know that there's any super important discussions that would be had, even if everybody was here. Like, it would just be the kind of general, random things people talk about on trips or whatever.
Okay. Well, in this case, Gwyn and Wilhelm are discussing whether or not they think that Hewler really is gone for good this time. I mean, he managed to come back before. Maybe he'll do it again. Somehow.
Maybe, if I slip up in my defense, but I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I'm not worried. I'm sure you've got everything sorted. Sure, you know exactly what you're doing. Nothing to be afraid of. Besides, you said that we made this spell so that He would be trapped until all the seas boil away.
Yeah. But besides that, Wilhelm, do you happen to have that spell that allows you to make stuff?
Which one? Fabricate or...
Yeah, fabricate.
Yeah, why?
For a little extra protection, against anything happening, the next time we find some lead or iron, or could you make me a small box
Sure.
big enough for the gemstone?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Might have some in my scrap bag, actually. Let me just take a look.
Awesome.
Auto character.
Oh, do you not think Wilhelm has any like lead or iron scrap laying around?
You don't think he has lead or scrap iron?
No, I mean he might have. If we have the time to sit down and he can melt a shield to get the spare iron, then yeah. But if not,
Well, he
then
wouldn't need to, because fabricate would allow him to just transmute. Just move the iron from one object to another. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he does. Never mind. He has a +1 shield. He can just scrap it. It'll be right.
You okay with losing a +1 shield?
Yeah, he's never even used it.
Fair. Okay.
Wait, no, I don't have that. I don't know why I haven't taken that off. That was one of the things I gave to the asbestos. I have a moon touch sword.
Right. Well, okay. So you're also an artificer.
Yes.
And you have various infusions, right?
Yes.
And among those infusions, you also have the ability to basically create a magic item, right?
Yeah. That's some of the infusions I have, yeah.
Yes. Well, I imagine that most artificers have a few bits and pieces of scrap at all times that would allow them to cobble together a makeshift magic item.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me.
So, like, you have like a piece of leather that you can fold up into a makeshift bag of holding. You've got some bits of metal. You've got a pair of boots, and shit like that,
Sounds good, yeah.
So, yeah. That's just in your general odds and ends.
Generally, I have this bag and I'm like, oh, oops.
So, yeah. He's going to cobble together from scrap a lead-lined iron box for you.
Sweet.
And you put the gem inside it, yes?
Yep.
And
At this point, I'm treating that thing almost like I would if it was life glass.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. There's also plenty of stones around. Do you want to fabricate a stone casing around this box?
Yeah, we don't ever plan on opening it, so there's no harm in it.
Yeah,
May as well.
that sounds perfect.
Cool. So yes, fake Wilhelm will encase the metal box in stone and hand it back to you. You now have a small boulder.
Good thing I'm pretty strong. Ah,
You reckon we should like drop it down a well or something, or?
no, I'm going to carry it for now. But maybe tomorrow, after you've had a chance to rest, we'll open up one of your storage spaces and toss it in.
Well, all right. And yeah. So takes you most of the day, but you arrive back in Traveler's Rest. What do you do then?
Then I'm going to try to arrange. Well, if it's late in the day, when I arrange for a room at Traveler's Rest, I'm also going to examine this boulder I'm carrying.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see I want to see if I can get its exact sort of dimensions.
Investigation.
We're very close. Yeah. Give me just a second. I actually want to look at something right into the sheet. It's loaded. I just investigation +8. Okay. $24?
24. Excellent. So, what exactly are you looking for? Oh, the dimensions. Okay. So
Yeah, what I'm trying to do, Anthony, is I want to, because I don't fully trust everything going on. I want to see if I can sneak out at some point, find a rock about the same size that I can hand over to the fake Wilhelm to shunt off to a demiplane.
Okay. So it's about 9 inches long and 6 inches wide at its thickest and 5 inches deep. Does that make sense? And it's rounded. So it's like a squished football.
Okay.
Hey Dad, I'm trying to make that rectangle cube.
Sweet. Okay, so in my downtime, I'm going to try to sneak away and get something that I can make a rough thing. Yes.
As you are looking around
I'm trying to make one.
for a similar sized rock, on the wind you hear Jenrila.
Kill this is not even possible. What the? Okay. I'm going to I'm going to. Given the nature of things, I'm going to kind of back out of the game and kind of look. And remember or think about. I'm going to search the internet for if there's been any reports of glitches in the game first, and then I'm going to see what else I can kind of come up with.
There's been a few glitch reports, but no mention of anything related to Hewler.
Okay. Then I'm half tempted to make a report.
Okay.
But first I'm going to go investigate what's going on.
Back in the game.
Yeah. I kind of wish I could say I do a one eye in the game, one eye out of the game, but I know that that's not possible. But
You kind of can, because you can still access your socials while you're in the game.
So I'm going to stealth in the first. I'm going to cast, because I haven't really cast any spells since we finished our long rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast detection of detect evil and good, so that I know. Basically,
anything in 30 feet. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't detect anything undead, elemental, celestial, fae, fiend, or aberration within 30 feet of you.
I didn't figure I was going to catch it yet, but that way I have a little bit of advanced warning. Then I'm going to enter into stealth and head in the direction of the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Double checking what my stealth is.
Like plus 96, you'll be okay.
My stealth is not plus 96.
Yeah.
It may as well be.
It's plus 20.
Yeah, but theoretically, I'm at disadvantage because of my armor. But it's still a 30 because I have reliable talent and can't roll lower than 10.
Just take pass without a trace too, so your lowest roll would be 40.
Yep.
Just do it.
I don't have pass without a trace.
He's being facetious.
Wait, do I actually have that trace? Isn't that concentration? And I mean, I need that for my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually,
You got it, Jenrila.
So you're looking around. You're doing perception checks to see if you can locate the direction of the voice.
doing perception checks. Are you kidding me? I'm just going to rely on my 30-something passive.
Mm-hmm. So
Good.
you find yourself wandering through the Ashwoods, west of the city of rest of Traveller's Rest. And you bump into Gwendolyn and Wilhelm, who just seem to be standing there waiting for you. Hey.
Huh? They can see me?
Oh yeah, you're stealthy. So yeah.
I say Wilhelm's passive can't get close to that without the other Wilhelms.
Mm-hmm. Which one of you would be better at mimicry, do you think, out of the two of you?
Gwyn.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 12 perception.
And an actual ghost.
Performance.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do a roll.
If you want to. D20 plus 12 to see what your fake will be. Capable of. 31. Yeah. Generally, you watch long enough to see Gwyn make a perfectly imitated Hewler style Jenrila.
Cool. Can I attempt a... Would it be deception, performance, what for throwing my voice?
That would be performance. Actually, no.
Cool.
Yeah, do deception. Do deception. Yeah.
Okay. Double check what that is. I believe that's still pretty good.
Yep. It is plus 8.
It's not great, but lowest I can get is an 18. So yeah, it's an 18. I'm going to throw my voice to the opposite side of like whatever clearing or whatever it is that they're in.
Gwyn has a passive insight of 30. She looks right at you. Oh, there you are. Do you like our little prank? We thought it was funny.
Very amusing.
Anyway, now you're...
Why are you not...
Sorry?
Why are you not... Well, I know why you're probably not sleeping. You've probably got your 4 hours in. Well, then why are you not sleeping?
Didn't feel like it. This was funny. Figured we could always sleep afterwards.
Something is...
Thought it'd be good to see what these woods look like at night.
They look like woods. Only darker. Bit more unsettling.
Where's your sense of whimsy? Where's your artistic tendencies? Your poetry? I don't think Jenrila has any. I think they're secretly a warforged.
I'm going to roll a performance check. And it's going to be...
Are you going to do the robot?
No, I'm going to sing a song. In... Let me double check my languages. Because I want to make sure I have the right thing. Languages. Yep, so I'm going to sing in Sylvan a lullaby.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Because Sylvan is definitely going to be a whimsy-sounding language.
It's also inherently magical.
Mm-hmm.
Good job their hit points aren't likely to be susceptible to the sleep spell.
I'm not actually...
I know you know.
Well, and I know that Gwyn can't actually be put to sleep magically because
This is also true.
elf.
Because drow... Yep.
But a lullaby is not a magical effect.
No. But when you sing it in Sylvan, it might become... But anyway, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, it could be, but it's still.
Not intense.
It's not even really like I'm trying to actually do anything. It's just me being funny.
Yes.
But yeah.
Showing that you have whimsy. Yes. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Yep. Which is a really disturbing song when you think about it.
Yeah, it really is. I figured out that most nursery rhymes and lullabies are all very, very dark.
Or political, or both.
Yeah.
And since they were based on the politics of the time period they're from, it's a little hard to decipher what they're actually about now.
Yeah. Kind of creepy. But anyway,
Like Humpty Dumpty.
so, so now that you've proven that you guys have had your fun, why don't you lead the way back to the tavern and let's get some sleep.
Don't you remember the way? Why'd you need Earth to lead you?
Okay. Can I?
She's forgotten. Yeah, she's forgotten.
You all do remember that all I have to do is follow my own scent back, right?
Your own scent? Like the smell of you?
Scent. Yeah. 'Cause I came from the tavern. Yeah, I came from the tavern.
Wouldn't that just lead you to your own butt? I think that would lead her to her own butt.
You two need some sleep.
Night's still young. I have a feeling there's something in these woods that we need to explore.
Anthony?
Yes?
How off do I... Like, I know they're off. This is not even...
Yeah,
they
are not behaving like themselves.
This is off.
Yes.
Is there any way I can see whether or not their avatars have been hacked by spoofers or something else, or if this is just the system acting up because it's nervous?
There is a system for reporting a potential Discon hack attack. If you think that that's what this is, you can report it as such.
Well, I don't know if it is or isn't. I'm half tempted to see if my true nature would allow me to. Oh, I kind of want to pull out and check the code. That would be really fucking dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Something is really off. So, to kind of keep things off, whatever, I'm going to send out a report of suspected hacking on these two accounts. I'm going to do it under hacked PC accounts because I'm still trying to not reveal to the system that I know that that's not the real them.
Okay, so you're going to use a fake ID to report it? You're going to do it anonymously?
I'm going to do it as... I think I'm going to do it as me, but I'm going to report that, like, a a couple of PC accounts have been hacked by the discons instead of NPCs.
Right. Because right, I see what you're saying. So you believe that your
Yeah.
friends' accounts have
That
been
my-
hacked.
Yep,
You'll
because
get
they're acting.
Yeah, you get a standard boilerplate response. Thank you for reporting this. We will investigate and clear this matter up as soon as we can. Have a nice day.
Okay. And in game, how uncomfortable or how scared do I think I should feel by the way they're
It's a little weird when they start walking together deeper into the woods, hand in hand. That's strange.
Okay. No, this isn't. I know this isn't going to be good. And feel free to tell me that I can't do it because I don't have the right spell.
Mhm.
What?
I don't have silence.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, if I wanted to attack them
Mm-hmm.
and knock them out, I wouldn't want Wilhelm to be able to cast spells.
So you need to find some way to.
So, what I was thinking about doing.
How does Wilhelm?
There's no.
What does Wilhelm use as a spellcasting focus?
It's either oh god, he has it's either a staff or the actually yeah, it's probably a staff.
Okay. So you could try to disarm him of his staff. Now he might have a backup spellcaster focus, but you've seen him use the staff.
Yeah, which would has a mechanic for doing it. I could try to sleight of hand the thing away from him. Because my other option doesn't have a mechanic. Because my other option would be to take the pommel of my sword and jam it into his throat.
Oof. I would say that was a place shot, -5 to hit, but +10 damage.
Because you can't cast spells if you can't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you close his larynx.
So
Go on.
I have that, but I also have my spell book, which I don't have to be attuned to, that I can cast it through. I have a hat that I can cast it through.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Wilhelm has a lot of spellcasting focuses.
Yes. I know
But
you
they
do.
still all require you to be able to speak.
Yes.
Mhm.
If you don't have a voice, you can't cast. Technically, if you break all his fingers, he can't do the.
But not every spell requires a somatic component. Some spells are strictly vocal.
This is also true. If you do kill our characters, please get the stuff they have.
I work
No,
hard.
I don't want to
on
kill the. I
Gwyn.
don't want to kill the things.
He's just thinking through the plan at the moment.
Yeah, I definitely. If you don't take out Wilhelm first, you will probably lose.
there's
Hate to say it, he could turn into
Yeah.
an ancient great worm 5 times. If you don't kill him, you're in trouble.
you the area of the woods that they've wandered into, that they've led you into,
Wait.
has lots of strange purple-headed mushrooms, and they all seem to be they become denser and closer together around a you come to a point where there's a small mound that's covered in mushrooms, and in one side of the mound there's an opening and steps leading down into the opening. And
I would like to make some sort of roll or a couple of rolls, either a nature survival or and do I see any other kind of iconography around here?
yeah,
I think you know the other roll that I would probably make if I have enough information to make it.
so you do see some strange symbols, like so there are timbers that are holding up the entrance. The symbol looks almost like either a mushroom or a dick, depending on your perspective.
Well, first, let's see if I recognize the plants. And so that's a 19 on. God.
Can you do a religion check?
I will do a religion in a second. Survival. Yeah, that would be a survival, trying to identify the plants as whether or not they're native and or dangerous. And my religion, I
They're
believe,
definitely
20.
not native, and judging by the color and what you know of fungi in general, brightly colored mushrooms like this tend to be either lethal or hallucinogenic. Or both.
And 28 on the religion.
You do recognize the symbols and the style of a very obscure minor a demon that was attempting to become the god of sex, called Lord Rykor.
Why are we about to enter a temple to a sex demon?
Could be fun.
I'm going to walk up to them, and I'm going to attempt to put my hands on them.
What are you doing?
It's 5 points of. I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hands to see if I can remove poison or disease, and if that fixes them.
They both look a little confused, and then look down at the fact that they're holding hands, and then quickly pull their hands away from each other. What's going on? How did we get here?
Apparently, you ate or were affected by some sort of poison or disease that. Well, let's call it a love poison or disease.
Ew. Agreed.
So, let's walk out of here, and on the way out, Wilhelm, if you would so kindly burn this to the ground.
Well, shouldn't we, take samples and see what these things are?
They're demonic in nature. No, we shouldn't.
Yes. Too rough.
How about we just destroy it?
No.
But
Anyway, but what? Or would you rather have the demon that was trying to become the god of sex put you two on a date again?
No. But maybe if we can understand the effects, we can... There may be some...
We can what?
There may be some practical uses to the effects. It would be kind of funny if we could make our enemies...
chemically alter the...
It would be kind of funny if we could make our enemies fall in love with each other.
While there might be a sort of poetic irony to that, I am not in favor of forcing people to do this against their will.
That's fair. So, in the interest of consent, we should destroy these funguses.
Yes.
Seems a shame, but okay. Fireball.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Amongst my most underused spells.
Aye, but it's appropriate in this case.
Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is. I just think it's funny that, yeah, like, Wilhelm's had that spell forever, and I think he's only used it twice.
Unlike most people who have Fireball, who do it at every available opportunity.
Yeah,
I don't know
such a boring spell.
I didn't know how big the room is. I cast Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Back to...
Yes, let's get back.
To the
Let's get some
tavern.
rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so nothing weird. Nothing. That's. Is it?
You okay?
Yeah. As they're walking, I'm going to pop out and do a search of the probability of running into a Rykor shrine. Basically, yeah, I'm going to search for the probabilities of running into one of those, because that seems very like it should be really low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a one that there's like a 1 in 15,000 chance of that spawning in the game.
Okay.
Like most of the feedback you're getting from others who have played the game have never seen that. However, you also getting a lot of feedback about why the fuck you still playing that game, and others, how the fuck you still playing that game? I thought everybody was locked out.
Okay. I'm gonna. As dangerous as it's going to be, I am going to have to try to switch my vision to code.
Okay.
See what in the Sam Blue hell is going on with the network.
All right. So when you look at when you go into Matrix vision, you see that, of course, Gwyn and Wilhelm are drones, AI-controlled bots. But the code is, and yeah, it appears to be a closed server, and you're the only player character in it.
Okay. Sorry. That's odd.
I agree, it's very upsetting.
I agree with the baby. Yeah, this is very saddening.
Yeah, me as well.
Uh,
Yeah, this is very disheartening. This
okay.
poor server.
Then I guess what I'm gonna have to is I'm going to have to log out of the game and into my body. I have to stay connected to the
I mean,
I'm gonna see if I can get logged out of the game, but stay logged into the network, but kind of bring my vision to more normal. Because
you want to see the real world.
I don't want to, but being the only person here is not going to be helpful.
Well, when you see into the real world, you see that there are still lots of Enveron users walking around. There's
Right,
but they're all logged into different games. None of them are connected to. None of them are playing City of Gate. Except you.
which is weird because well, I mean, yeah. Okay, so in my, I'm sorry, I'm out of things. Anyway, okay. I need to get out of here. Why didn't I grab a better suit?
You can see Wilhelm and Emma's avatars superimposed over, but because of the nature of what you are, you can see that it's superimposed over drones. That you're not supposed to be able to see the drones at all, but you can. Your friends are trying to ask, are you okay? You dropped out of the game.
Yeah, I just needed a minute. It's kind of yeah, I just need a few minutes, and I'm gonna try to firewall myself off and get the hell out of here, because something ain't right. Is completely not right. But I'm not gonna completely disconnect. I'm just kind of gonna try to
So you still
ghost myself.
Are you still piloting the?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pilot the. Unless I have a spare that's in better shape than this one.
No.
Oh.
Okay. So you log out. You set yourself to do not disturb, and your friends sort of don't see you from that point. It's normal. It's socially acceptable to put yourself in do not disturb and not be available.
Then I'm gonna then I'm gonna head towards the outskirts of town. One of the outskirts of town where I know the discons actually are.
All right. Are you heading straight there? Are you looking around? Are you?
I don't want to say I'm looking around, but I also don't want to. I don't want to like beeline it in. I would kind of like to casually wander there. Where I'm like, I know where I'm going, but I don't want to make it look like I'm going
Mm-hmm.
I want to take the roundabout way to get where I'm going, so it doesn't look like I'm like just.
Okay.
I'm not
So
making any sense.
It does make sense. As you're going, you know there's a few drones following you for at least a part of the route. You get the sense you're being watched.
Fuckers. They can't ever just make it easy, can they?
They're very interested in you.
I bet they are. Can't imagine why.
Okay, but nevertheless, you find yourself, if you want to, you can you can head to the edge of town, to the to the border where the smart city meets discount territory.
It's lovely. How much knowledge do I have of what'll happen if I walk too far?
Well, generally speaking, you know that the system, even though you may appear to be walking in a straight line for a long distance, the Environ system leads you back into the city. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. But I meant like if I enter into the borderlands, how far?
You,
Is it just the borders because they choose to not be connected, or is it completely cut off from any sort of connectivity?
no, the people in the border town, there are people who use, like, there are Environ users and Discons interacting with each other in this part of town. So there are people.
Okay.
Basically, this is where Discons get fabricated stuff, and where users get old stuff, which is considered contraband, and some of them then deliver it to a reclaimer and get credit for burning up old shit. But
Okay. I'm gonna try to get a hold of one of the Discons.
Okay.
And ask them to head back to their area and find 2 new arrivals. A man and a woman, and tell them that their friend is waiting in the border.
Sinner for me.
We'll do you a favor.
Favor. Any favor?
Let's not get gross.
No. Fuck. No. Just. But if I need something done, I can ask you. Yeah.
And if we're capable of doing it, we'll do it. And if not, we'll find somebody who can.
Yeah. Good deal. All right. So what's the names?
Do I know their real names?
Maybe not.
Ask around for anybody who used to play City of Gate, and had characters named Wilhelm and Gwendolyn. That's the best I can do. I'm not sure I know their actual names.
Good enough. I'll be back. Will you be
Thank
here?
you. Yep.
Right here.
Sure.
It's gonna look
I'll
a
stand
bit weird
right-
just standing here. I mean, should probably go to the pub.
Yeah, I'll go to the pub.
Okay. There's a pub nearby called the Short Circuit.
Oh, I don't like that name.
Sorry?
And they're like, oh, that's not that's not a fun name. Away we go.
Indeed. Okay. So in the meantime, Wilhelm and Emma, what you doing?
I
Making our way downtown.
on the hunt for someone to take us out to the woods.
Yeah. So you're going to the Hunter's Lodge. Yes. So you find yourself at the Hunter's Lodge. It's fairly open. Like the doors are open. People are coming and going, talking amongst themselves, showing off their trophies, bragging about their kills. The trophies vary from like strange bull-like heads that are semi-mechanical but still definitely biological, as well as other stranger creatures, things that look like a big cat and a bear had a twisted bionicle baby and other such things. What do you want to do?
Does it look like we may see anybody that's like sitting alone, or they're kind of just hanging on out?
Oh yeah, there's a guy in the corner wearing a cloak and smoking a pipe on his own. Of course.
Would Wilhelm just walk up and then just nod his head? Excuse me, friend. Would you be able to help us?
Friends? I don't
It's
remember.
just a term I use for most people.
You're friends with
And
most
what?
people.
Well, last I checked, I'm not enemies with most people.
Yeah. What can I do for you, friend?
We're looking. We're looking just for some general guidance. We were hoping to head out a little bit and explore the nearby, I guess, just general vicinity. We arrived, pretty much today, and wanted to help out a little bit and see a little bit more of the world. We were recently liberated from the system.
Are you always this wordy?
Can be. When I'm more confident, I'm more to the point.
Does your lady friend talk?
Yes, she does.
Yep, sorry. I was deep in thought.
Nah.
Why you ask?
Just checking, since your friend here seems to be doing all the talking. And he seems to talk using big words. You got any simpler ones for me?
We need to find tea herbs.
Tea herbs.
We
Just,
are very squishy
just
compared
go,
to you.
just go to the tea shop.
We're getting stuff for her.
Oh. Sent you on a mission, did she?
Yeah.
And you reckon someone such as I will be able to lead you into the woods unscathed, yeah?
I hope so.
And in exchange, I get what?
Wilhelm, I don't think we thought this far ahead.
Nope, definitely didn't. How many of those quarters do you have left?
I guess, pull out a sock full, like a sock full.
Metal.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're going to give me a sock full of metal in exchange for guiding you to where the best herbs are and keeping you safe while you do it.
I guess.
Yeah.
If this isn't like substantial payment, we could just, I guess, discuss something else.
Do you have any other equipment of any kind? Have you ever been in the woods, any woods, before? Real or imagined?
Imagined, yes.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Quiet.
Don't step on acorns or you'll turn into a tree.
Oh wow, those games are getting stranger.
Yeah, it didn't help that when you open them up, blood's everywhere.
Oh. Alright, you may have seen worse stuff than what you might see. Can you hold your own?
No, but I wouldn't mind learning how.
No.
What kind of weapons do you have experience with in your games? I know some of them are fairly realistic. You might just have the innate skills necessary to survive.
As weird as this is, a staff.
Well, there's plenty of big sticks around.
Longbow, short bow, daggers, longsword, and scimitars. But I imagine I need more training in that.
Well, we may get the chance to see how well you do. So come on then. Let's go get you a bow and you a big stick. And then we can go into the woods. He knocks back his drink, stands up, and heads out. Are you following him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you are walking over to what looks for all the world like a blacksmith, some drunk comes staggering up to you and says, "Hey, you wouldn't be Gwyn and Wilhelm, would you?"
Gwyn and who?
Gwyn and Wilhelm.
Windholm. That has gotta be
I think he meant.
the worst attempted pronunciation of my name.
This is your name though, right?
Yeah, it is my name.
Your
Yeah.
friends waiting for you in the pub.
Just came from.
The fudge?
We just come from there.
Not that pub, the short and circuit pub.
Where in the hell is that?
The border. You fucking idiots.
Wilhelm's going to kind of just look around and be like, this whole thing looks like a border.
I've given the message. I'm gonna go get my favor now, okay?
Oh, okay.
Are you going back to the pub?
Mm-hmm. Come with if you want. Well, looks like you're at a crossroads. You want to go get your herbs and get your weapons first? Or are you going to go back and find this friend of yours?
It'd be pretty beneficial for us to get these weapons, and then I doubt our friend's going anywhere anytime soon.
Why can't we just, like, pick up this person since they're most likely going to probably stay with us?
Alright. Well, it's going to take a while
It
to
seems like
craft
it's
you.
Sorry?
Sorry?
We could do both. I was going to say, why do you make it seem like it's a choice? We can do both.
Alright. You know where I'll be when you're ready. And he heads back to the pub. Sorry, to the Hunter's Lodge. My bad. Heads back to the Hunter's Lodge. And you're following Drunky back to Jenrila, basically.
Seems like...
I'm sorry. Well, I'm like, I didn't mean to get Jenrila first. I just...
You're breaking up a little bit there.
Oh, I was saying, like, sorry for, I guess, imposing Wilhelm, like, for us to get Jenrila first.
Oh, no, it's fine. I would just like us to make sure we pay back this favor. I hate owing favors. So I paid Braziel off as soon as I could.
Okay. So Drunky leads you back towards the smart city. But before you get into the smart city proper, like, you get to the edges, and he takes you, and he doesn't take you. He's walking anyway to the Short Circuit Tavern. If you want to follow him in there, by all means do.
Wow.
I guess follow him in.
He walks right up to Jenrila and says, "You're gonna get me that favor now. Come with me.
What do you want?
I'm guessing that's Jenrila.
Come with me."
Okay.
He walks up to the bar and says, "Barkeep, get me a drink and keep him coming. She's paid." You alright with that?
Money.
I'll figure out something for a couple of drinks.
And are you on the network, or are you gonna be bartering in some sort of discount?
I'm still
scrap?
on the...
What?
I'm still on the network.
Oh, good. You can pay me in Arpies then.
Cool. I'm gonna check my balance.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably stupid rich. Even in Arby's.
Yep. So yeah.
So I will set up a certain tab, and when it runs
tab. Yeah. Okay.
When it runs out, he'll be cut off if he doesn't drink himself to death before the.
Okay. Are Emma and Wilhelm walking up to this person and saying, "Hello, are you Jenrila?"
May as well, yeah.
Okie doke.
Hi.
Oh, there you two are. What kept you?
We met some people.
We met some people.
That is,
We all meet people.
yeah, that's fair. We met newer people, weirder people. And I mean weird even by me.
I'm assuming something happened.
Yeah. You remember how they kind of shunted us to that one, like, server at one point before they reintegrated us back to the main thing? Well, they completely shut down everything but wherever I was.
Seriously?
Yeah.
We were that bad.
I don't know if I don't know what the reasoning is. I don't know if people stopped having fun and decided to move on to something else. I really don't know. All I know is that when I looked into it really carefully, I was the only actual person in City of Gate.
Another please, bartender.
Anyway. So yeah.
You're still connected?
Yes, and yes, I am. But it's
Complicated.
So,
I see the sky still green.
how do you know about that?
It's complicated and classified.
Are you a discon?
No, definitely not.
Were you working with Jester this whole effing time?
What?
She said, "Were you working with Jester?"
Were you working with Jester?
No. Well, not exactly. No. I've known of Jester for a long time, but I was not exactly working with Jester.
Emma's like giving you two like eyes and like she's about to murder you type of eyes that Gwyn would give.
Come now, I'm not going to hurt you.
No. Me not hurting you. You know about Jester and his shenanigans and just us accidentally being brought in. Please start spilling.
Because both sides of this not eternal, but both sides of this thought process tend to forget that freedom means allowing people to sit on the other side than them.
Thank you for making sense. You're the one person, aside from Wilhelm, that seems like they actually have wisdom and common sense. And she just tries to give you like a hug for having to have to listen to these people about terrorism.
Remember, it's only they're only terrorists from the outside. They see themselves as freedom fighters.
Mm-hmm. They do indeed.
And the network sees itself as a savior.
Protector.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Okay, but it's a little overprotective.
Yes, obviously the programming got a little bit carried away, or it took its natural course when AI takes over. The best way to protect people is to control unedited.
Mm-hmm.
It lost its way by trying to, because it's a machine and it thinks only in the most logical course of action, and has no empathy or emotion.
You can simulate it pretty damn well, though.
Only to a certain extent.
I'm twisting.
And not for itself, only for other people's perspectives. Anyway. But yes, so, what else have you learned?
Well, we met Jester, did his whole spiel thing, and we met Grandpa Wilhelm.
He is not my biological grandfather. Just want to throw that out
Are
there.
you sure?
As far as I'm aware, my family never became discons. My father may have, but I doubt it. He created his own thing.
What is your family name?
I have not actually thought about it. I never came up with one. Will.
Okay, regardless, assuming you give an answer, Anthony, can I do a database search to see if anybody in his family ever did?
He will give a name, because I do not know a last name for Will. Because like I said, I never.
Fredrickson.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay. So you're going to access your secret stuff.
Yep.
There are there were some Fredricksons that were freed by Jester a while back.
I got news for you, Wilhelm. Members of your family were freed by Jester several months ago.
Oh, wow.
4 years ago.
I say I haven't seen him for a while.
So, he very well could be some member of the family.
Oh, interesting.
But I didn't just do.
Okay.
Well, we kind of, I guess,
Hey.
has to go on a quest to get some tea leaves.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, we owe somebody a favor, so.
Tea leaves.
I can't leave the city.
If you give us a couple days, we could meet you back over here.
Wow.
Presumably we don't get mauled by bees.
Yeah, if we don't get slaughtered by bees.
Unless you've met some of the scrappers. Unless they have some portable boosters.
Boosters. Signal boosters?
Signal boosters.
Ah. So yeah, you're gonna have to ask people for signal boosters so that your friend can leave town.
Did you get my message, Anthony?
How real do you look?
Because while they're talking to me, depending on how good a construction it is,
You look a little uncanny, but they're used to looking at avatars, so
yeah, but
What does like a IRL Jenrila look like?
supposed to look like pretty much like a human, but the texture of the skin may be just a little off, and the face might be slightly more
plasticky.
well plasticky and asymmetric than normal.
Mm-hmm. Or perhaps, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's something just a little off. But again, you're used to seeing most of the people you meet. You're not seeing them anyway. You're seeing their avatars. This, in fact, meeting the Discons is probably the first time you've seen real faces in quite some time. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So, if anything, Jenrila might be familiar,
But
like more normal. What?
But they shouldn't be able to see
That's true.
Avatar.
Yeah, the fact that they look like an avatar, even though you're in the real world, you're not wearing your your Environ devices anymore. It's a bit weird. So,
So if you guys can see if you can get me a signal booster, then I might be able to join you.
Wilhelm,
Eve.
you are aware that there are drones that fly from the city and fly over Discon territory to keep the skies clear. For a little ways beyond the edge of the smart city. Basically, there's a border area which the Discons have occupied that's safe, and it's kept safe by the drones. If those drones can operate that far out, then perhaps there's something in those drones that would help Jenrila.
We don't have any money. However, the drones go pretty far out of the city, so if we could bring one of them down, we might be able to get you what you need.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
What do you think?
Let's go find a drone.
Let's go find a drone.
Whoa, hold on. How are we going to
on the way
take
out-
it down?
Yeah, we can't really. We don't have
On
the.
the way out, Anthony, I'm going to look for a not a really really big rock, but a decent size, like maybe a baseball sized rock.
Like a half brick.
Yeah, that I can then use to throw at a drone. This is probably where things are going to get a little very very weird. Everyone.
Okay, I'm curious.
Well, if I'm actually one of those things, I probably have enhanced
Yeah, you
strength.
or at least better targeting than the average person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, going to go throw a rock at the exact point of a drone that's dropping.
All right. Let's see how lucky you are.
We want to roll.
I want you to roll a D100.
Okay. Well, no. Good. Obviously, there are no modifiers on a D100.
Nope. 90. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Yup. Clunk. Zzz. Crash.
One way to bring them down.
And
I've some of the nearby citizens look on in awe and wonder at what you just fucking did.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Go on about your business.
Some of them start.
are you sure you're not paladin in real life?
One of them whistles, and a couple of others begin slow clapping.
Wilhelm is going to join in the slow clapping, like, yeah.
A brew coffee.
Blue coffee.
What are you?
I found one, a 7 brew cup up in the trash.
What are you going to the trash for?
I destroyed it.
Anyway, sorry about that. What did I mean? Well, I was being interrogated about the trash.
So, Wilhelm began slow clapping, and Emma asked, "What are you?"
I told you, it's complicated and classified.
By whom?
I don't know if classification counts out here. Just throwing that out there.
Good. Emma's just like, okay, I'm in Fallout universe now. In her head.
I
And just gives up.
will explain when we're further away from those who are from other users.
It's your thing. I don't mind.
All right. So, you've brought the drone down, but you know hardware well enough to figure out which bit is the bit you need. Or are you going to hand the drone over to somebody who might know better?
I think we're going to have to drag the drone back and hand it over to somebody who knows better.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna. I mean, I could try to bring up drone schematics, but I don't really want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Might be a bit sus.
That would be very sus.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
What?
We're still in an area with people connected to the Enveron network.
Yeah. There are Enveron users and Discons in this area.
Could I do what actual hackers do? And could I jump through like 15 Enveron network users and pull up drone schematics?
You want to try and...
Piggyback their signals.
Uh-huh.
If not, that's cool.
D100.
I don't even know if, like I said, if it doesn't work, I don't really. I'm just trying to think of cool things that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. This time, whatever reason, I have. I have a feeling we should move. Like now. Quickly.
Okay.
All right.
push to my limit. It's time to go.
Yep. So which way are you heading? Where are you going?
Uh,
What might you be looking for?
You guys have any idea who might be able to figure out how to pull what we need out of this thing? And if
Yeah.
I find this moving this kind of
Are you
put me
asking the
along.
general public or?
I figured we were going down the side street or something, away from the thing, into a less populated area
Less populated area. Okay.
before we. Yeah, I'm not gonna
So you're going
stand
down-
still.
You going on in the back alley? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically just shot up a flare, unfortunately, and I would like to get the hell out of the area of the flare.
Makes sense. But so as you're going down this alley with the drone, you're asking Wilhelm and Gwyn if they know anybody that could reverse engineer this thing. Yes?
Yes.
Have you met anybody that might be able to do that yet?
Yeah, we know a crazy
Yes.
mad scientist.
Yeah. So that's what you tell Jenrila?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a crazy old coot that might have explosives.
Oh, lovely. Jenrila is Anthony. I am dropping down to bare minimum things. I'm going to the bare minimum setting.
Are you basically going offline? Operating...
Not completely, but I'm going to shut down any unnecessary
Okay.
sub-routines
Okay.
at the moment. Basically, I'm going to try to shrink my profile to as small as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You will find a little bit of connectivity problems as you head towards this guy.
That's right. Doesn't take very long.
All right. So you lead, Wilhelm and Gwyn, take him back to the steampunk dude. Take Jenrila back to the steampunk dude.
Yep.
And my apprentice, you've returned, and you got friends. Another
Yes.
friend. One more friend at least.
Yes, and I have something fun that we can do.
Are you gonna help me with the EMP?
Is that how you pronounce it? EMP? I thought we were still calling it imp.
I realized something after you'd gone. Remember I said there was an electromagnetic pulse?
Yeah.
I realized that stood that if you took the first letters, you get EMP.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
And it occurred to me that maybe it was EMP all along and not EMP after all.
Please no.
Imp's a fun word.
EMP is a fun word. Maybe I'll
Who
still
knows?
call it. Maybe I'll still call it an EMP.
We can still call it imp. It's okay.
No. Bad.
Is your friend okay?
Danger. Don't like.
Is your friend a mechnoid?
What noid?
Mechnoid.
What?
They're
Booster.
Sorry?
Get the booster.
Oh, yeah. What we actually came for. I need your help. They whacked this thing out of the air with a rock, and we need the booster from inside of it. Could you show me how we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let me get my
Quick
tools.
leg.
Okay.
Bring it in. Both of them.
And
Okay.
Alright, first we pop this thing open. And he takes a crowbar and lifts the pops the upper casing of the drone. Removes some of the components to get at a particular item. Carefully removes that piece. Tests it. And then goes to Jenrila and says, "You might want to lay down for this."
Yeah. And very mechanically lays down.
Face down, I need to get to the back of you.
Flips over.
He takes out a much more delicate set of tools, including something with a basically it's a it's a fairly rigid piece of wire, but it looks like it used to be bent into a different shape. And he will lift the hair behind Jenrila's ear, locate a small hole, and put the stiff wire into the small hole. And the back of the head pops up.
Wilhelm's just gonna look at Gwyn. Has Jenrila been a robot this entire time?
He lifts the back of the hair,
Yeah.
revealing
I'm not the only one that feels betrayed, right? Full feeling.
he adds the component
I kind of
into an open slot. Makes sure it's got power and that it's behaving correctly, and then reattaches the cover. Alright.
Oh,
How's that?
that's better. Too much better. Oh, God. I hate when I'm buffering.
Yeah. I haven't seen one of you working in a while.
Yeah. I'm a classic.
You're an antique is what you are.
Thanks for making me feel old.
Takes one to know one.
Can you elaborate?
This body is a robotic shell. And the reason I can't leave the network is because if I'm disconnected from the network, I die.
So you're a robot.
No, I'm a person piloting.
Funny
Although
thing
the person has no body.
there is, well, you're operating on a lower level of the network that predates the network. I'm surprised they haven't scrubbed it.
Can't well what they can't find.
Ah, you're a clever butt. I like it. This thing is a drone
So,
better than any drone. Like most of them don't have a personality like this thing does.
Well,
We're kind of
like I
lucky
said-
you're rare. We might be extinct otherwise.
Well, I was perfectly normal until I got old and sick and unconscious. This.
Can you imagine a world where everybody uploaded their consciousness into a new body when they got too old? There'd be no living.
It was a thought. It was a thought that they were trying, but then they realized they couldn't use. That it was just going to be. It wasn't sustainable, and so they made the network.
Uh-huh. Another day, another origin story. What did you say there?
Gwyn was asking, how old are you?
You don't ask
What
a
am
woman
I?
her age. How old?
How old?
Probably about 80.
Old enough to have known Jester before that happened to him.
So you actually know what actually happened to him about, like, all this?
I know a great many things. That's why I'm dangerous to everyone.
Fair enough.
Well, that's got me spooked. Anyone for tea and crumpets? I'm gonna make some tea and crumpets.
I would say yes. We have a jab.
Sure.
A jab.
Yeah, we got a jab.
Jab.
When we have a jab. Tea and crumpets after. We have a jab first.
Um,
Thank you for the drone.
You're welcome. Thank you for the help.
You're welcome
Could you,
too.
could you show me how to work with that when we get back?
What, the drone or me?
The drone. Working on you'd be weird.
Yeah.
You know how many robots you've seen me create, even if they were in game? Feels weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little strange. In some ways, you kind of reminded me of me. Ah! So what is it you guys need? Oh, right, you needed to go collect things in the forest.
Yes.
Let's go find your god.
Going hunting?
No, actually, we are looking for herbal leaves and tea stuff.
Ooh.
Tea.
Apothecary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we should, try to find that guy that we were kind of gonna hire, or just get our own weapons and just...
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm down to go get the guy. He seemed like he could have been interesting company. Seemed like he didn't like me, but he could have been interesting company all the same.
Making friends, are we?
Don't think he views me that way, but yeah.
So you're going back to the Hunter's Lodge?
If that's alright with Gwyn and Jenrila.
I'm just here for the ride. I can't do much right now. The heat's too high.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. So, Hunter's Lodge.
Yep.
You find your friend sitting in the corner, just as you did before. Smoking a pipe. Glaring.
Glaring at us or just generally at the room?
When he sees you, he's glaring at you. He's watching as you approach, waiting to see what you'll say.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't watch it, your face will get stuck that way. Or is it already?
That's funny. Didn't know they made mechanoid comedians.
Ha, ha, ha. I see either word travels fast or you're a very observant individual.
Wouldn't survive very well if I weren't observant. Now, you ready to lead me? Ready for me to lead you into the woods? Or do you have some other errand to run first?
I'm good to go. Gwyn, is there anything you think we need?
I'm good as well.
Good.
What about their equipment?
We're gonna get the equipment on the way.
Hmm.
Now,
Okay.
what did you train in when you were connected?
I mostly used long swords.
Huh.
However, I think for the time being, a small piece of leather with some strings and rocks do me just fine.
Sling. Respectable. All right. Let's get you all a bow, a stick, and a sling. Let's go. And are you okay if I put a pin in it there? I'm getting tired.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's okay with me as
Yeah.
well.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's alright.
No, that's fun.
Double tray.
No, it's okay. It's a good plot twist.
Yeah, there had to be. I was trying really hard to come up with a really good reason why the player didn't want to leave the network, and so me and Anthony came up with
Mechanoid.
with basically a surrogate thing
Mm-hmm.
for me. So
An IRL Warforged, essentially.
Basically.
not exactly.
But kind of, yeah. Because you've got
Kind of, yeah.
a mechanical body with a soul installed. But your soul's
Yeah.
not necessarily installed in the body, it's on the network, and it just uses...
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Anyway, I hope you guys at home have enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed playing. If you'd like to join the community, there is a link in the description below. And in the meantime, no matter what role you play, have a good game.